Overcoming 2025, the inner formula for abundance in 15 minutes. If you've been feeling stuck watching others succeed while you struggle to break through your own barriers, this message is specifically for you. Most people enter 2025 with the same tired strategies that failed them last year, hoping that somehow external circumstances will magically improve their results. But here's the uncomfortable truth that successful people don't want you to know. Abundance isn't created by changing what's happening around you. It's created by transforming what's happening within you. The formula you're about to discover has been hidden in plain sight for nearly a century, buried within Napoleon Hill's research but never presented in this concentrated, practical form. While everyone else is making resolutions they'll abandon by February, you're about to learn the exact mental technology that allows some people to create extraordinary results in just 15 minutes a day. This isn't about positive thinking or wishful hoping. This is about rewiring your subconscious mind to automatically attract opportunities, ideas, and resources that transform your external reality. What you'll experience in the next few minutes will either confirm everything you've suspected about your untapped potential, or it will challenge everything you've been taught about how success really works. Either way, your relationship with abundance will never be the same after today. Most people walk through life carrying invisible chains forged in childhood, chains made of scarcity beliefs that whisper, "There's not enough," every time opportunity knocks. These mental programs run deeper than conscious thought, operating like background software that sabotages success before it even begins. The fascinating truth is that abundance isn't about having more money in your bank account. It's about rewiring the very operating system of your mind to recognize and attract opportunities that were always there, waiting for someone with eyes trained to see them. Think about this for a moment. Two people can walk down the same street, yet one sees problems everywhere, while the other discovers 3 new business ideas. The difference isn't luck, education, or even talent. It's the mental filter through which they process reality. When someone grows up hearing money doesn't grow on trees, or we can't afford that, their subconscious mind begins cataloging evidence to support these beliefs, creating a self-fulfilling prophecy of limitation. But here's where it gets interesting. The same mechanism that creates scarcity can be hijacked to create abundance, and it starts with recognizing these invisible programs running in the background of your thoughts. The wealthy think differently about everything, from how they spend their morning coffee time to how they respond when bills arrive in the mail. While most people see expenses as problems, abundant thinkers see them as motivation to increase their income capacity. When faced with a $500 unexpected bill, the scarcity mindset asks, "How can I cut expenses?" While the abundance mindset asks, "How can I earn an extra $1,000 this month?" This fundamental shift in questioning changes everything because it trains your brain to look for solutions and opportunities instead of dwelling on limitations. But what if there was a specific formula that could accelerate this mental transformation in just minutes a day? Deep within Napoleon Hill's research lies a secret formula that successful people have used for generations to build unshakable self-confidence. Yet most people never learn it because it seems almost too simple to work. This isn't about fake it till you make it positive thinking or empty affirmations that feel hollow when you say them. Instead, it's a precise mental technology that rewires your subconscious beliefs about what's possible for you, and the results begin showing up in your external world within days of consistent application. The formula consists of 5 specific statements that you must repeat daily while visualizing yourself already living the life you desire. But here's the crucial part most people miss. These aren't just words you recite mindlessly while brushing your teeth. Each statement must be charged with genuine emotion and backed by a clear mental picture of your desired outcome. For instance, when you affirm, "I have the ability to achieve the object of my definite purpose in life," you must simultaneously see yourself living in your dream home, running your ideal business, or enjoying the relationships you desire. This combination of words, emotions, and mental imagery creates new neural pathways that gradually overwrite years of self-doubt and limitation programming. What makes this formula so powerful is its ability to transform fear into fuel for action. Most people avoid taking risks because their minds have been programmed to focus on everything that could go wrong. But self-confident individuals have trained their minds to focus on everything that could go right. They see failure not as evidence of their inadequacy, but as valuable feedback that brings them closer to success. The beauty of Hill's formula is that it doesn't require you to believe it will work. You simply need to follow the process consistently, and your subconscious mind will begin creating evidence to support your new self-image. But there's another mental technology that works even faster when combined with self-confidence work. Your subconscious mind operates like a highly sophisticated computer that never sleeps, constantly processing thousands of thoughts and impressions every single day. Most people never realize they're programming this mental computer with random, often negative input from news, social media, and casual conversations that reinforce limitation and fear. But autosuggestion gives you the power to take control of this programming and deliberately install new software that supports your success and abundance. The key to effective autosuggestion isn't just repeating positive statements. It's understanding that your subconscious mind responds most powerfully to instructions delivered with intense emotion and vivid sensory detail. When you practice autosuggestion, you must engage all 5 senses in creating your desired reality. If you're programming yourself for financial abundance, don't just think about having money. Feel the texture of cash in your hands. Smell the leather seats of your dream car. Hear the sound of your business team celebrating a major victory. This multi-sensory approach bypasses your conscious mind's tendency to doubt and rejection new ideas, delivering your programming directly to the subconscious where real change happens. Most people give up on autosuggestion because they expect instant results, but your subconscious mind works more like a garden than a microwave. Seeds planted today with consistency and emotion will eventually break through the soil of your current reality and grow into tangible results. The wealthy understand this principle and use autosuggestion not just for big goals, but for daily confidence, decision-making clarity, and maintaining an abundance mindset even when faced with temporary setbacks. They might spend 5 minutes each morning programming their minds for success before checking their phone, knowing that this small investment creates compound returns throughout their entire day. Speaking of daily habits, there's one particular thinking pattern that separates the wealthy from everyone else. Watch a truly wealthy person for just one day, and you'll notice something fascinating. Their minds work completely differently from everyone else. While most people think in terms of scarcity, problems, and limitations, wealthy individuals have trained themselves to think in terms of abundance, solutions, and possibilities. This isn't because they were born different or had better opportunities. It's because they've developed specific thinking habits that automatically steer their minds toward wealth, creating thoughts and actions. The first habit that separates wealthy thinkers from everyone else is their relationship with problems. When most people encounter a challenge, they immediately begin focusing on why it's difficult, expensive, or impossible to solve. Wealthy thinkers, however, have trained themselves to ask a different question. What opportunity is hidden within this problem? They understand that every major fortune was built by solving problems that others couldn't or wouldn't tackle. When Netflix founders saw the problem of late fees at video stores, they didn't complain. they created a billion-dollar solution. This mental shift from problem-focused to solution-focused thinking changes everything because it positions your mind to spot opportunities that others completely miss. Another crucial habit of wealthy thinking is the practice of thinking in multiples rather than thinking in additions. Poor thinkers ask, how can I save an extra $100 this month? While wealthy thinkers ask, how can I create an additional income stream that generates $1,000 monthly? This isn't about greed. It's about understanding that your brain will find whatever you train it to look for. When you consistently think about multiplication, expansion, and scaling, your subconscious mind begins noticing business models, investment opportunities, and partnership possibilities that were invisible when you were focused on small, linear improvements. But even with the right thinking habits, most people get stuck because they haven't learned to transform their greatest obstacle into their greatest advantage. Fear is the single greatest thief of human potential. Yet most people treat it as an enemy to be avoided rather than a powerful ally waiting to be harnessed. The truth that successful people understand is that fear and excitement are essentially the same physiological response. The only difference is the story your mind tells about what's happening. When you learn to reframe fear as excitement about your expanding possibilities, it becomes rocket fuel for taking the bold actions that create extraordinary results. Hill identified 6 basic fears that keep people trapped in mediocrity. Fear of poverty, criticism, ill health, loss of love, old age, and death. But here's what's fascinating. Every one of these fears can be transformed into a motivating force when you understand their true purpose. Fear of poverty, for instance, isn't meant to keep you poor. It's meant to motivate you to develop valuable skills and create multiple income streams. Fear of criticism isn't meant to keep you small. It's meant to motivate you to become so confident in your abilities that other people's opinions become irrelevant. The key is learning to ask empowering questions when fear arises. What is this fear trying to teach me? And how can I use this energy to fuel my growth? The most successful people in the world have learned to take action in spite of fear, not in the absence of it. They understand that courage isn't the absence of fear. It's feeling the fear and moving forward anyway because their vision of success is stronger than their fear of failure. They've developed what Hill called controlled attention, the ability to focus their minds on their desired outcomes rather than their feared outcomes. This mental discipline can be developed through daily practice, starting with small acts of courage that build momentum for bigger risks. Try this. Identify one thing you've been afraid to do that could improve your life, then commit to taking one small step toward it today, regardless of how you feel. But developing courage is just the beginning. The real transformation happens when you begin building a completely new identity. Tell me in the comments, what's one fear you've been letting control your decisions? Let's support each other in turning that fear into fuel for growth. Your identity, how you see yourself at the deepest level, is the invisible force that shapes every decision you make, every opportunity you notice, and every action you take or avoid. Most people live their entire lives trying to change their results without ever changing their identity, which is like trying to change your reflection without changing what you're doing in front of the mirror. The wealthy understand that lasting transformation begins with a fundamental shift in how you see yourself. And 2025 presents the perfect opportunity to construct a completely new identity built around abundance and success. Creating an abundance identity isn't about pretending to be someone you're not. It's about consciously choosing the version of yourself you want to become and then consistently acting from that identity until it becomes your new reality. Start by asking yourself, who would I need to become to naturally attract the life I desire? If you want financial freedom, you need to become someone who thinks about money differently, makes decisions differently, and takes actions that financially free people take. If you want meaningful relationships, you need to become someone who naturally attracts and maintains deep connections. The beautiful thing about identity is that it's entirely under your control. You get to choose who you become. The most powerful tool for building a new identity is what Hill called acting as if, consistently behaving as the person you're becoming, even before external evidence supports this new identity. This means making decisions from your future self rather than your past self. When faced with any choice, ask, what would the abundant version of me do in this situation? Then do that thing even if it feels uncomfortable at first. This creates a positive feedback loop where your actions reinforce your new identity, which inspires better actions, which strengthens your identity further. Within months, people around you will begin noticing something different about you. A confidence, a clarity, a sense of purpose that wasn't there before. That's your new abundance identity taking root and changing everything about how you show up in the world. What version of yourself are you committed to becoming in 2025? Share your abundance identity in the comments and let's hold each other accountable to becoming who we're meant to be. Here's what separates those who transform their lives from those who keep dreaming about transformation. Consistent application of these principles, not just intellectual understanding. Everything you've learned today, from breaking scarcity programming to building your abundance identity, becomes worthless unless you commit to daily practice. The wealthy don't succeed because they have special secrets. They succeed because they consistently do what others won't do. Your abundance transformation starts the moment you decide to become someone who takes action despite fear, someone who programs their mind for success daily, and someone who thinks in possibilities rather than limitations. 2025 isn't going to magically hand you a better life, but you now have the exact tools to create one for yourself. The question isn't whether these principles work. The question is whether you'll work them. This channel exists to give you the mental tools that schools never taught and society never wanted you to discover. If you're serious about becoming the abundant version of yourself, subscribe and hit that notification bell because your transformation is just beginning. What's the first principle you're going to implement today? Tell me in the comments, and more importantly, tell yourself by taking action right now. The abundant life you've always wanted is waiting for the person you're about to become.